The struggles and triumph of Jeff Bezos. From garage startup to global giant Jeff Bezos, one of the most recognizable names in the world of entrepreneurship, wasn't born into wealth or privilege. His story is one of immense vision, relentless persistence, and overcoming obstacles, both personal and professional. While today he's known as the founder of Amazon and one of the richest people on earth, his journey to success was filled with significant struggles and setbacks. Humble beginnings. Jeffrey Preston Bezos was born on January 12, 1964, in Albuquerque, New Mexico. His mother, Jackie, was only 17 years old when she gave birth to him, and his father, Ted Jorgensen, was a bike shop owner who struggled financially. When Jeff was just a toddler, his parents divorced. His mother later married Miguel Bezos, a Cuban immigrant who adopted Jeff and gave him his surname. Jeff grew up in Houston, Texas, and later in Miami, Florida. From a young age, Bezos showed signs of intellectual curiosity and mechanical skill. He would take apart his crib with a screwdriver because he wanted to sleep in a regular bed. As he got older, he spent summers on his grandfather's ranch in Texas, fixing windmills and castrating cattle. It was during these summers that Jeff learned the value of hard work and self-reliance. Despite these humble beginnings, Bezos excelled academically. He went on to graduate summa cum laude from Princeton University in 1986 with degrees in electrical engineering and computer science. Leaving the high-paying job after college, Bezos worked at several firms on Wall Street, including Bankers Trust and the hedge fund D.E. Shaw. By age 30, he had a prestigious and lucrative job as a senior vice president. However, in 1994, he came across a statistic that would change his life forever. Internet usage was growing at 2,300% per year. Bezos saw an opportunity, while others viewed the internet as a fad or a risky venture. He saw the future, but this vision required a huge leap of faith. Leaving behind his high-paying job, he decided to start an online bookstore, a radical idea at the time. He told his boss about the idea, who advised him it was probably a better idea for someone who didn't already have a good job. Despite this, Bezos chose to take the risk. It was one of the hardest decisions of his life. The garage startup in 1994, Jeff Bezos launched Amazon.com from a garage in Bellevue, Washington, with a small team and minimal resources. His initial investment came from his parents, who gave him nearly $250,000, nearly all their life savings. At the time, it was a huge gamble. Bezos himself warned them there was a 70% chance they would lose their investment. Amazon started as an online bookstore because Bezos believed books were the perfect product to sell online. They were easy to ship, didn't spoil, and had universal demand. He worked tirelessly, doing everything from coding the site to packing and shipping boxes himself. Early challenges in the beginning. Amazon faced intense challenges. The internet was still new, and most people were skeptical about shopping online. Convincing customers to trust the platform with their credit card information was no easy task. Logistics were another nightmare, ensuring timely deliveries, maintaining inventory, and managing supplier relationships was a constant struggle. Furthermore, Amazon was burning through cash at an alarming rate. As the company grew, so did its expenses. Bezos reinvested nearly all of Amazon's earnings back into the business, which made investors nervous. For years, Amazon operated at a loss, and many Wall Street analysts predicted it would fail. But Bezos was undeterred. He focused on long-term growth rather than short-term profits. His philosophy was clear. It's all about the customer. He believed that by obsessing over customer experience, fast shipping, lower prices, wider selection, success would eventually follow. Dot-com bubble burst. Perhaps the biggest early challenge came during the dot-com crash of the early 2000s. Hundreds of internet companies collapsed as investor confidence evaporated. Amazon stock plummeted from a high of $107 in 1999 to just $6 in 2001. Critics called it Amazon bomb, and many believed the company would go bankrupt. Bezos faced enormous pressure from investors, media, and even his own team. But he held firm. He made tough decisions, cutting costs and laying off staff. He diversified Amazon's offerings beyond books to include electronics, apparel, and more. Bezos also doubled down on technology and infrastructure. He invested in building world-class logistics and fulfillment centers, laying the groundwork for the Amazon we know today. These were painful years, but they tested Bezos' resilience and reinforced his commitment to his vision. Constant reinvention. Jeff Bezos understood that stagnation was the enemy of growth. Even as Amazon began to stabilize financially, he continued pushing boundaries. He launched Amazon Prime in 2005, a revolutionary subscription service offering free 2-day shipping. At the time, it was a huge risk and an expensive proposition, but it paid off in customer loyalty. In 2007, Amazon launched the Kindle, disrupting the publishing industry and redefining how people read books. Bezos took bold steps to pivot the company into new territories, from cloud computing, Amazon Web Services, to artificial intelligence, hardware, like Alexa and Echo. And even physical grocery stores with Amazon Go and the acquisition of Whole Foods. But each new venture brought its own set of struggles. AWS, now a backbone of the internet, faced skepticism when it launched. Competitors ridiculed the idea of Amazon providing cloud infrastructure. Bezos had to fight internal resistance and external disbelief. Yet, he persisted, always focused on the long-term goal. Personal struggles and criticism. Bezos' journey hasn't been without personal challenges. His divorce from Mackenzie Scott in 2019 was highly publicized. Despite the personal upheaval, Bezos continued to lead Amazon and eventually transitioned to a new role, stepping down as CEO in 2021 to focus on other ventures like Blue Origin, his space exploration company. He has also faced criticism regarding Amazon's work culture, treatment of warehouse employees, and competitive practices. Numerous media reports described Amazon as a high-pressure environment, acknowledging the need for improvements, particularly around employee well-being. Navigating a global corporation under such scrutiny would be difficult for any leader, yet Bezos has remained focused on innovation, customer satisfaction, and big-picture thinking. Legacy and lessons. Jeff Bezos' story is not just about wealth or innovation. It's about grit, vision, and the ability to endure through struggle. He believed in his dream when few others did. He walked away from comfort to embrace risk. He absorbed criticism, weathered economic downturns, and redefined multiple industries. Some of the key lessons from his struggles include long-term thinking. Bezos always prioritized the long game, even when it meant short-term losses. Customer obsession. He built Amazon around the idea of serving customers better than anyone else. Risk and innovation. He never hesitated to take bold steps, whether it was launching AWS or acquiring Whole Foods. Resilience in crisis. From the dot-com crash to internal turmoil, Bezos showed unwavering resilience, adaptability. He constantly reinvented Amazon, never settling for mediocrity or stability. Conclusion. Jeff Bezos' path from a garage in Seattle to global domination wasn't paved with gold. It was carved with sacrifice, sleepless nights, financial uncertainty, and endless criticism. But it is precisely these struggles that shaped Amazon's identity and cemented Bezos' place in entrepreneurial history. In a world often obsessed with instant success, Bezos' story reminds us that greatness is forged in adversity. His journey is a testament to the power of perseverance, vision, and the courage to think differently.